Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to do a get ready with me, but I also wanted to try a technique that I've never tried before. And this is one that comes from Wayne Goss. I'll make sure and leave his video linked in the description box below. But I've kind of been searching for things that were going to keep my makeup on longer. I normally hadn't been worried so much about longevity, but in the last couple of months, now that my husband and I are vaccinated, we're doing more things out of the house. I'm going shopping in store again. I am, so I'm wearing a mask more because for the last 13, 14 months, I've been home and everything's been arriving on my doorstep where I go pick it up curbside. And your girl has not really been wearing a mask much. I've been here in my house. But now that I'm like, okay, time to start rejoining society, I have been really struggling with my foundation wearing off where my mask touches the tip of my nose, my chin, and right across in through here. So I wanted to see if this would help with that today. I will leave a pinned comment to see how it wears with a mask on later. But if you have any experience in using this technique, let me know what the combos you like to use. So thank you for watching and thank you for being subscribed. So the tip is to use a powder on your skin before you apply foundation. And that to me just like, what? Because normally I use a liquid foundation and a powder just seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna use this powder from e.l.f. It's their Halo Glow Setting Powder. This really reminds me of the powder from Hourglass, their Loose Veil Setting Powder, but this is so much less expensive. So the idea is you load up your brush with powder and then you go over and you powder your whole face. So right now, all I have on is my skincare and my sunscreen. I don't have any primer on. Maybe I should have primed already. Oh well. We'll see what it looks like on unprimed skin. And then once you get the powder on everywhere, you just add your liquid over the top. Wayne mentions in his video that this technique goes a long way in reducing pore size and the appearance of wrinkles. So I'm gonna hit my forehead here real good. I'm gonna make sure to kind of blend everything in and to make sure like right over the tops of my cheeks and my nose have got a good dousing of it. And then again on my chin, because this is where I tend to have some larger pores and where I tend to get kind of product settling into my lines as I age. I'm gonna take a minute just to conceal my under eyes. This is usually the point where I would do it. So just gonna take a brush with some color corrector and put some of this down first before I put on my foundation. I'm wearing the Fenty Eaze Drop today. I'm a little bit concerned about how this kind of more glowy foundation, or I guess skin tint, is gonna sit over powder, but hopefully it's not gonna have any problems or issues. What's funny is that I realized that I've been reaching for this Fenty product a lot, more than I expected to, because I tend to be one of those people who doesn't wear a ton of foundation, and I know it's not a foundation, it's a tinted blurring skin tint. But I do really, on most days, I'll just conceal under eyes, redness around my nose, hyperpigmentation spots, and any blemishes I might have, and call it a day and really skip foundation overall. But I've been reaching for this a lot. I don't know that it's as blurring on my skin as it is on other people's, but I like the lightweight aspect of it, and I feel like it's a good match for my skin. Oh. Stay out of my face. So Wayne says at a certain point that you may not even feel like you need to powder this. I think at this point I'm just gonna use a damp sponge and just kind of keep pressing what I have into my skin so it looks less like it's on my skin, but more that it is my skin. And maybe this is, yeah, it's picking up just a little bit of excess product as we go along here. I really like the way this looks. I feel like it looks pretty good, especially up close. It doesn't look dry. My concern was that the powder and the liquid would mix and that it would be an unhappy situation, but I don't feel like I have what looks like a lot of excess powder. I am gonna probably powder my nose, my nasal labial folds, my forehead, maybe my chin a little bit, but I'll probably keep powder off the rest of my face. I've been buying a lot of powders recently. I've been trying to find ones that are, I'm using the one from Dior under my eyes today. I've been trying to find different formulations that are good, that will offer different sorts of things. Because for a long time, I'd kind of just been using my old favorite, which was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. And that had been kind of like my gold standard. I also have a deep and abiding love for the Beauty Pie One Powder Wonder in the white Uberlescent Universal. And I feel like that works really well for me all over the face, but especially under the eye. So I'm trying to find opportunities to branch out of my comfort zone and not just use the two that I use all the time, and to really start seeing what everything else can look like. I just realized I didn't actually use an actual concealer, and I'm powdering my eyes. Oh, I'm not paying attention today. I don't know if this is too much powder under my eyes, but I'm gonna just give a quick dab here onto my finger. Boy, there is cat hair on everything on my makeup table. I bet you she just loves being up here at night when nobody is around to watch. So I'm just gonna dab between my two fingers here. I normally don't do it this way, but Houston, we have a problem. Cross your fingers that I can blend this and it won't look too cakey after putting powder down twice and then wanting to powder again. Oh my goodness. This may not work out. I might have messed this up under my eyes, but that was a me problem, not a Wayne Goss problem. I find that where my concealer meets the rest of my face, I'm getting like little obvious texture, and with the powder over the top, it's starting to look a little weird. So I'm just gonna see if I can use a damp sponge and blend it in here. For the rest of my face, I'm just gonna be using the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is their lightest shade in Airy. I'm gonna use that around my nose, my chin, my nasolabial folds, and my forehead. I'm gonna be using the Patrick Ta Contour and Bronze palette today. I've got the lightest shade in She's Statuesque, and I've really been loving this cream contour shade just to give me like a little bit of depth right in through here. I think it's been looking really nice. I've been reaching for this one in the Cream Danessa Myricks bronzer a lot recently. I did pick up another one during the Sephora sale, just a sample of the Tarte cream bronzer, but I feel like that one's a little too warm. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't used it enough. It's been a while since I've used this Tower 28 blush. This is in the shade Power Hour. I thought it was called Beach Please because on the back it says Beach Please, and that's the type, that's the name of the product. But the shade name is below and I wasn't looking for it. I was like, it's called Beach Please. But I haven't used this in a while, and I remember really liking it, but it's a little darker than I normally wear. So maybe we'll throw a little bit of this on and maybe something just a little bit warmer. It's a really pretty shade too. This is the blush I've not been able to stay out of. I've been wearing it every day since I tried it for the first time. This is the Melt Blushlight, and this is the shade Polished, because it's so pretty. It's got just a little bit more peachiness to it. It looks more like a sunburnt cheek. And that may not be what you're going for, but I love, especially once the weather starts warming up. I don't want to be sunburnt, but I do like that slightly sunburnt look. Oh, I love blush. I'm such a child of the 80s. Makes me so happy. I've been loving the RMS Living Luminizer. This is a shade, I mean, you can see I've been in it a lot. A lot of days when I am not shooting a YouTube video, or if I just want a little something, I'll put concealer on, something in my brows, lip gloss, blush, and this, because this is like the easiest highlight. You really don't have to think about it. You just have to tap it on, and it never looks like it's too much. It just looks like skin. I'm gonna cheat on the eyes today. I'm not gonna do anything really involved. I'm just gonna take this shadow stick from Beauty Pie. This is the shade Wild Violet, and I'm just going to blend it all over the eye. Really want a one shadow, no fuss look. So I scribble it on and then just blend. I need some stuff in my brows. Oh, my brows are struggling. I'm gonna start by just brushing them down. Every now and again I'll do this so I can kind of delineate where that top line is. I'm still struggling with my sense of time. My husband and I were trying to figure out how long it had been since we had purchased a pair of cordless earbuds. We each got the same pair in different colors. And they were both starting to give us problems. We're like, has it been a year, 2 years, 3 years? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Like that forever running joke about how people just have not been able to keep track of time in the last 14 months. It's definitely true. I don't even know. Some days, like, what day is it? Much less, what's the date? Don't ask me the date. I don't know. We're currently down to one car. The car that I've had for 14 years finally gave up the ghost. We got it used. And it's been a fabulous car for us. It's like, it was not only a perfect car for our family at the time, it was also, it just was much more luxurious because it was used than I would have been able to afford new. So it was great, and I was so sad when it finally died. But a couple of weeks ago, while my husband was on a business trip, I was just about to go and get the kids. I'm like, you know, it's making this sound. It started in the morning. I should go get it checked out. So I drove by the mechanics, and I said, could you just take a listen? And he's like, oh, turn it off. I was like, what? And he's like, just turn it off. There's something wrong with your engine. And because the car itself is 18 years old, he just said, you know, we could fix this portion of the engine, but because the rest of the engine is 18 years old, this would be brand new. And you'd start causing stress problems with the other part of the engine, and then you would have more problems. And to put a whole new engine into it is, you know, like $6,000 plus time, which is more than the car is worth. And he wasn't really telling us don't fix the car, but he was kind of being like, I wouldn't invest. And when a car person tells you not to invest in fixing your car, there's the part of me that's like, it's paid for. We don't owe anything on it. I don't have a monthly car payment. Oh. So my husband and I have been down to one car, which is not bad because I am, you know, not working. So we're not going in opposite directions. I can get up early, you know, drive him to work, drop the kids off at school, but that just means I'm up earlier than I used to be. And I've been waking up way earlier than normal, which is not a bad thing. But I just find that I'm like, I'll get up, I'll take a shower, but I won't put my makeup on. And so normally, like if it was a normal day, we each had our car, I would sleep until I woke up. And then I would take a shower and put my makeup on. And now it's like, get up early, make sure everybody gets out the door, drop everybody off, and then, and then come home and then get my makeup on. So I feel like my day is just, it's been a little bit weird. So I realized I stopped talking somewhere through there and I reached for another powder. So this one is, if you're looking at the description box, this is the one that I used all over before I put on the foundation. I used this one under the eyes. I use this one in my T-zone. I don't really have any powder over here to set my face, but at the end I was like, oh, I want to see if I can get rid of some of my pores a little bit more, so I reached for the Chantecaille blurring powder. So yeah, I did get a little extra today. And I got extra not in my eye look, but in my powder routine with 4 powders. But if you're curious why there's 4, that's what there are in the description box. Another thing I'll mention is I really have been liking these lip souffles from Rare Beauty. I have the one in Fearless on today, and I like that this is warm and this is warm, and then I have kind of like a cool, almost taupey eye going on. It's a neat, warm and cool juxtaposition on the face. Thank you so much for watching today. I will leave a pinned comment below letting you know how this wears. I am gonna have to spend some time in a mask today, and I wanna know whether, and oh, I just realized, using all cream products over the top, this technique might work best. I'm gonna keep trying this if you use all powder products over the top. But I'm worried, like powder bronzer, powder blush, powder highlight, I'm worried that with all the cream cheek products I'm using, especially where this Living Luminizer is, like where the elastics for my mask go, it might rub away there because this is coconut oil based. I'm just gonna throw that out there. If that's the only problem, but it wears well everywhere else, I'm gonna be super delighted. But let me know if you've tried this technique. I know it's kind of going around again. And I remember I've been watching Wayne for almost a decade now, And I remember when this video came out and I was like, I don't know that I want to try that. But now it's definitely interesting. Powder first, then foundation. Longevity, we'll see how it goes. If you have any other favorite makeup techniques from makeup artists, would you let me know in the comments down below? Or if there is a specific Wayne technique that you use all the time, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.